Hey, what's going on, guys? It's Dimitri Johnson, and you're listening to MMALatestNews.com.
It's time to roll, baby.
Welcome back to MMA Latest. Welcome to Glenn McVeigh, the recent Brave debutant for the first time on the channel. Great to have you, mate. How are you doing?
Very good. Feeling good. Feeling fresh. Feeling rich.
Yeah, we will get to that the new contract in a second. I just wanted to ask you, because this was also your debut at the pro level as well. So I just wanted to ask you, how did you feel in there? How was it different to what you were used to on the amateur stage?
To be honest, I was actually expecting it to be a lot more taxing and difficult, especially going against someone who obviously he has unreal cardio, and he's always had really good cardio and has that style of like pressure. But I gassed out obviously, but I felt freaking so comfortable in there. Like the extra 2 minutes every round just gives you more time to just play and just kind of feel the fight out. It's actually a lot better than amateur, to be honest. Amateur's more rushed and panicky and suited to people who just explode instead of people who think and actually strategize. So I liked it a lot more, to be fair.
I know that most fighters train all year round, obviously, and you're never out of shape. But what kind of shape were you when it comes to, like, you know, being fight ready to go 3 5-minute rounds?
Well, that's most. I'm probably the worst for not training. Like I like indulging in food, and I before this I never really, unless I had a fight coming up, I mean, I wouldn't really be in the gym, to be honest. I would go to the beach, take the shirt off. Me and Matthew just hit pads in the sun. The sun was coming out. But in terms of like in the gym constantly, like that was fucking. You go through ebbs and flows, and I was in a situation where over lockdown and over everything that was going on, I was just like, I'm not going to get a fight anyway till later in the year. And to be honest, I'm kind of getting sick of it. So I just packed it in, just wasn't really showing up. At the start of lockdown, I was training with Paul Hughes every single day. Like, it was hard training, and I just fell off the last few months. But to be honest, my thought process was I would fight Mo at any time. Like, if he came up to the gym to spar, I'd be the first one who would welcome him to a spar. So, and I knew there was no audience, no nothing, no nerves, no nothing. So screw it. Like, whatever shape you're in, that's what you have to work with. Do you know what I mean? I knew I wasn't in very good shape, but I loved it anyway. It was a good opportunity.
Yeah, that's actually interesting what you said, when you were in that kind of a mind frame where you thought maybe you're not going to get another fight for a long time, and then you get the call. What went through your mind, and how did you come about to just taking it and going right into fight mode? Like,
Man, is my first sparring session over lockdown was the Tuesday. So I asked for the fight on the Wednesday before the fight, got the fight on the Thursday after I called him out. So on Tuesday night, I kind of heard that his opponent pulled out, or he had another opponent pull out. It was my first sparring session back with Paul Hughes and Keelan Malloy, and man, I looked absolutely terrible. Like, I was, the first 2 rounds, I was fresh, I was sharp, and we do sixes, and I mean, I was gassed. Like, Paul was destroying me. I was getting taken down, held down, had no energy, was unsharp on the feet, on the ground, everything. And then after, I hear Mo's looking at an opponent, which is probably the worst thing to happen. I'd probably be better if there was no sparring, because it would have been more confident. But I was just like, you know what, fuck this. Like, I am probably in the worst shape of my life, and the worst sharpness, the worst technique. My technique dropped over lockdown, but I just went, I've wanted this guy for so long. So I just was the first one on the phone to my coaches, get me this fight, let them know I want it. Then they were like, right, put out a video then. Actually, if you want to put out a video, get it then. I was like, no problem, put out a video. He texted me saying, send me a video that you will take it. I was like, I'll take it, no problem. So it was probably the worst shape I've ever been in. But mentally, I think maybe it's just me, but that's kind of the best scenario when nothing's going right, everything's going wrong. I don't need a camp. I don't need to be on this specific freaking diet program or on this training program, and I don't need all these strength conditioning sessions. I just need to freaking make it to the cage, and then I know I'll perform to whatever my body can do. But I'm not gonna shy away from the lights. Like it was a no-brainer there. Like,
how did that desire to fight him come about? Because you were obviously on the amateur stage at similar times, and you made your debut at the same time in the pro. So how did you kind of have your eye on him and get that desire to want to fight him?
okay, I want to break this down. So see the IMAFs. So I'm not going to call anybody out or be cheeky. I'm just going to speak pure facts, okay? There are boys ranked in the top 10 in Ireland, like in their weights, say bantamweight, featherweight. Me, a few of the younger boys from my gym, Kieran Coogan, then for the juniors, and Matthew Elliott, who would have been juniors like last year, but now seniors. 4-0, 5-0. Me friggin' was top ranked at amateur. Never ever even got the call to go to the IMAFs. Only one guy, Paddy Henderson, once. And there's guys like friggin' Jared Core. I'm sure he's a nice guy, but his record is 1-6, and he's been at the IMAFs 5 times. That to me is just the epitome of politics in MMA. There are people that literally are chomping at the bit to get the. Mose did it, and four times he's won gold. That's incredible, and fair play to him. Like, that's a remarkable achievement. But he is getting the opportunities that a lot of talented people aren't getting, and friggin' right. Like, the motivation for me to be there to fight. What is a motivation for me to be there to fight? I'm not seeing anything. Whenever I'm amateur and coming up, what is the point in me going to the gym and slaving every day? Like, I literally don't see the point. Like, for him, he sees the clear route to the IMAFs and all. Like, if I had the IMAFs coming up, I'd be in the best shape of my life 24/7 too. I'd be, excited to fly away to Bahrain and compete in these championships, fight 5 times in a week and friggin' get gold and be the number 1 pound for pound army. So for me, the sort of the motivation to fight him was he's the best in the world. And that's how I've seen him the last 2.5, 3 years. He's the best in the world. Everyone coming up to me, oh, how do you think you would do against Mo? Like, Mo. And I'm just like, what is so special about this kid? Like, this is friggin' so frustrating to me. Like, Jesus Christ. I texted him and offered him, my coach was going to pay for him to come over, put him up in a hotel, do all the things Brave did for me at amateur, for him to fight me for my belt on Cage Conflict at amateur. And he was just, obviously, like, he's up here, so he's like, well, who are you? I'm not gonna jump to your hoops, whatever. So fair play to him, whatever. But that was the motivation. Like, I've wanted him for so long, and now I'm gonna, like, it's almost a for sure deal that everything going well, I'm gonna get him again here. Like, within I'd say within a year, like, I get him again, and I get 8 weeks, 12 weeks to train for him. Jesus Christ. That would be the dream there, like.
Yeah, I think I've heard of you that you've actually said that you would like to do it again. And I think he actually said, because we had him on last week, that he would give it, maybe not right now, not straight away, but down the line, for sure, you guys will probably meet again, especially if you both hang around at Brave. So do you think, having been there with him and felt what it's like with elbows and all that stuff that's not allowed on the amateur level, do you think that maybe that's the beauty of the pro MMA, right? So
yeah.
do you think that on the full camp, maybe you'll be able to make it like a competitive fight? You can ask him some more questions.
You know the way you said most fighters train all year round. Mo's probably thinking, shit, this guy must have been training all year round and jumped at the opportunity and then still miss weight, all this stuff. It's like, mate, holy shit, if that's why you would be open to taking a rematch, that's insane to me. Like, he doesn't understand. It's a horrible, horrible aspect of mine that I wasn't training year round and I was being a bum and friggin' not training. But that was me on nothing. Like, if honestly, if I had 8 weeks training and I fought the Glenn and went in there, he literally wouldn't last 2 minutes. I had about a minute of gas in me, for real. The moves, like, everything with the weight that I was literally not allowed to rehydrate more than 3 kilo. Absolutely destroyed me. Like, holy crap, the shit that happened that 3 days, that is the most horrendous 3 days I've ever been through. But I loved absolutely every second of it. Even like lying on the floor of the sauna, like literally in some pain, coughing up blood, everything that was happening, I was just like, this is like the opportunity. So I don't care. Like I could lie here and fucking die, but I don't care. Like it was a golden ticket. And now I win a few fights. I assume he'll win a few fights, even if he loses. I don't care. Like that's what I want. And then he'll see that I wasn't training. He'll see that was like, he'll be like, shit, that was a tough 3 rounds, and he'll be like, whoa, this guy is just completely outclassing me. Like everyone says, oh, you had a good first round, and you survived the last 2, like you did. You know, you were tough. You just stayed in there. But it's like, yeah, I had a good first round. Like imagine, Jesus Christ, he hit me a body shot in the first, and I could just feel the entire weight cut, the entire everything was just like coming out of me. I was like, I'm dead here, and he didn't finish me. That's shocking to me. He should have finished me. I was a bum in there. Like he should have finished me in the first round, to be honest. But
Yeah, I was gonna say that in the first round you looked good in there. You looked comfortable, especially since it was your first time in there and on short notice, and you were clearly the bigger guy as well in the cage. And do you think that maybe since you are a young fighter and this was your first fight, maybe you needed a fight like this to see what you can do against somebody who's so highly rated on short notice?
oh, 100%, 100%. I was not motivated at all to fight anyone. I had a fight scheduled for October. I wasn't really motivated for it. Like they could have given me any other name in the world, and I'd have been like, oh, whatever. Probably trained, friggin' once a day, 5 days a week. You know, just taking it as whatever. Still working. You know, working part-time jobs, working this, doing that. When they put Mo's name in front of me, and even dangling the carrot, where I actually feel sorry for the next couple of boys that have to fight me, because they're dangling this carrot of Mo, of you perform well in 1, 2, 3 fights, we give you the Mo rematch. That's like, Jesus Christ, I'm full steam ahead. I'm not even looking at anybody. I'm just looking at Mo. Like I literally hope he does well. I couldn't hope for anyone else in the world to do better than Mo. Like I'm obsessed with him. I absolutely, like, I loved, like, see, even when he cut me with the elbow and all, I absolutely loved it. Like I could actually feel it. Like I'm so happy for him. He got to do what he said in the 3rd round, is he wanted to smash my face. He got to do that, you know. And I'm sure he's, even after the fight, he's upset with not finishing me. So he's like, I want to do it again, and I want to finish him. He's gonna make weight this time. And I probably was the bigger man. Like it was fucking struggle to even get down to fucking whatever weight I did get down to. But he'll feel it next time. He'll feel like I had back fat and all. Jesus Christ. You see the photos. I hate even sharing the photos. Like I had fucking back fat and friggin' flab in the arms, like horrendous shape I was in. But that's Mo's not that special. I think everybody's seen it after that fight. All the
Go ahead.
all the comments on social media, like honestly, after the fight was finished, I went up to the hotel room and I just started crying. Like my head was sore, I was concussed, my eye was aching, like I just got stitches. I just went into a pillow and just started crying. I was like, man, that's the worst performance I've ever had. And then get invited downstairs to have a little chat with the brave ones. Everyone's like, you did unreal, like that performance. And I'm like, what is going on here? Did I just miss the whole fight? Like, was I in a different fight? And then watching it back, I'm like, what the hell? Like, that was poor for me in there. I'm like upset at myself for that performance. And when you put it into perspective of someone's been grinding, fair play to him for how hard he works. Someone's been grinding for 12 weeks for this fight. And I literally had the worst sparring I've ever had on the Tuesday of the fight week. No idea I was going to be fighting. Went that night actually and got a Big Mac out of McDonald's after sparring. I was depressed, comfort eating. I got smashed in sparring, so I went straight, got a Big Mac. Was like, there's no way I'm getting this fight. Like they're not gonna fly me out. Mo's not gonna take it. Whatever, just I'll eat whatever. Wednesday get the fight news, so I'm I like literally just cannot wait to get back in there. Like I don't know how long this eye's gonna take. I'm hoping not to be out more than 4 to 6 weeks. I've been texting the Brave people and being like, get me. They said I think the audiences are back in Bahrain in September. First show. I'm bringing Ireland over to Bahrain. I'm gonna light some boy up, and then Mo's getting called out straight away.
Did you get told at all by a doctor or something how long you will have to be on the sideline to let your heal up?
They said they didn't give me a time of when it would be all right to take contact, but they gave me a week until it would be healed enough to get the stitches out. So I got the stitches out on Monday there. Man, I've been wrestling full, grappling full. I'm slightly worried sometimes when like I shoot in on somebody and I hit their hip or something. I'm like, shit, I have to check. But I'm like, you know what? Fuck this. Like I've never been this fucking. I don't think anybody understands how unmotivated I've been at some points. Like most of the time, unmotivated. I've never been like this. I'm dying to get to the gym every day, twice a day. I'm doing as much cardio as I can. Like I'm eating clean. Well, I've never ate clean in my life, and I'm eating clean, and I'm freaking wrestling hard, grappling hard. The mats are soaking after training now. Everyone's seeing like when you're in shape. Coach Pat McAllister gave a talk the other night after wrestling. Man, he's like, when you're in shape all year round, and he's like, Glenn, fair play to Glenn. It was an unreal fight performance from him. But boys, if you're in shape all year round, these opportunities bounce up, and like Glenn would have smashed him if he was in shape. And they're like, look at what that would have did for his career. He's already this has already did so much for his career. But imagine Glenn in shape in there. Like they all know what way I was going in there, like horrendous. But that's what it is. Like it needs to be professional now. Obviously, this is a professional game. It needs to be all in, you know. So that's the way I'm taking it now, and we'll see what happens.
I think what impressed a lot of people about you in that fight was just your natural toughness, because even though you say you were unmotivated and stuff, and it was a tough week and a half and you couldn't cut the weight, but as you said, in that third round, there was quite a lot of pressure on you and you took everything. You were just eating it, and you got back up after the final bell, and it looked like you weren't out. You weren't somebody who was going to give up. And I just wanted to ask you, what is that? What do you think that is in you that just gives you that no quit mentality?
Man, if it was anybody else in there, I'm out. It's Mo. I'm in there till the death. Like he's gonna have to kill me. Honestly, he put some immense pressure on me, and in the second round, he has me fully stretched out with a rear naked choke. I literally was in my head. I was like, right, I can't escape. He's got a full rear naked choke here. I'm about to go out. I was like, fuck it, let's just go out, and I ended up surviving. He's on top, landing elbows, and I'm just saying to him, just fucking end it then. Like, literally, I know how frustrated he was getting, because he's like, Dean Garnett was screaming, like, you have to finish him. Like, that was the whole thing before. He's like, I'm going to finish you. And I'm just like, fuck me. And then in the third round, he's just, like, smashed me with elbows. There's blood everywhere, and I'm just loving it. Like, I'm in my element. I absolutely loved it. Like, if he'd have put me out, he would have put me out, and I'd take my hat off to him and be like, congratulations, like, fair play. But I wasn't leaving that cage. Like, man, I wish we could have did 100 rounds. Like, I wish we could have just stayed in there and kept fighting fuck me. Like, I literally texted him, and I was like, I texted him after, and I said, I wish we trained together, because I get to fight you every single day. And this is what I want. He's very, very good, but that's what I want. There's something about him. I just love fighting him. I absolutely love it. Like, they could have paid me 100 quid. I'd have went over and fought him no sweat. I swear to God.
So obviously you were given the contract afterwards, as you already touched on a little bit, and after a performance that you are saying you were not pleased with yourself. So how much did it mean to you that the Brave owners saw the potential in you to ask you down even after a loss and say, hey, look, we actually want to bring you back and see what you can accomplish?
It means the world to me, to be honest. It started off tears and depression, and instantly moved to beers and happiness. I was like, fuck, this is amazing. You give me 5 fights. Hang on, they're gonna give me 5 fights, and they're gonna give me 8 weeks before each fight. Jesus Christ. What am I even gonna do with that? I don't even know. I want to take a fight next week. I want, like, give me a challenge. Like, that's not a challenge. Are you serious? You're gonna give me a guy. They're gonna have to give me someone very good, because I can't be fighting someone like Mo's. You would say Mo's very good, yeah. Man, come on, like they have to give me someone very good, and at least put some sort of fucking someone in there who's gonna be able to take it, because I don't want a quick finish. I don't want to fucking fly across to Sweden or fly to Bahrain or fly somewhere and fight someone for a minute and get a quick submission or something. Like, I want someone that's going to push me. I want to feel the 15 minutes again. That was so much fun. Like, I love, fuck me, pro is so much fun. I hated amateur. Like, I actually hated amateur. Now I'm thinking about it, I'm like, that was fucking terrible. First of all, you don't get paid. Second of all, you get barely any time in there. If you're having fun, the rounds are over in 2 minutes. And then after the fight, you're just like, all right, that's another one. Like, there's no real point in it. And now it's like pro is like, you get all the time in the world in there. You freaking have elbows, like get elbowed in the face. You get the elbow, freaking knees to the head. You get paid for it as a bonus. You get bonuses for fight of the night. And also the level now is that Brave's such a good promotion as well. And they take care of you so well that they make you want to fight for them. They make you want to perform, want to bring an audience in, and want to actually hype these fights. It's not like an organization that they don't really care about you, or they could take or leave you. It's like an organization that actually want to, you know, help you perform, or like help the fighters, and they're really there for the fighters. So I know they want this Mo rematch. I want the Mo rematch. I don't know if Mo wants the Mo rematch. Mo's crazy enough that he probably does want the rematch. He knows that he'll see it. His next fight will be nowhere near as big as that one. I mean, that was the biggest fight in the card, was it?
It was definitely the people's main event going into that one, even though it wasn't at the top of the bill. Yeah.
Yeah, that was probably the biggest fight Mo's had. I know it was his pro debut, but they could have got someone in there who just was like, all right, Mo, much respect, bro. You know, you smash me, and then I just go off and fight in these other shows. No way. Like, you get an Irish person in there, they're not gonna just fucking roll over and let you smash them. Like, I was straight up and ready to fight him straight after. Like, if he'd have fucking came to me after, like he said he was, I would have fought him in the hotel after, even with stitches and all. I was ready to go. Like, the entire weekend, the entire 3 days that I knew about the fight, it was a war. It was a war in the lobby. It was a war in the elevator. It was a war at the weigh-ins. It was a war at the fight. It was fucking a war straight after the fight. It never went. I don't know how. You know how there's usually a fight and then you shake hands, you hug, respect. It just didn't happen. It's weird. It's like we're still fighting. It's like it's not finished or something. You know what I mean? I think for him, it's like, until he finishes me, like if he submits me or TKOs me, that'll be a finish for him. He'll be like, right, he's done. That's that chapter over. But for him, that's that, and for me, it's like, I need to beat him for the chapter to be done, or get a third fight, which would be big. But I don't think I'd have probably been a massive underdog after that. But I don't think there's that many people doubting me that much now. You know.
I definitely think that if Brave hear how you are talking about it and how motivated you are to go again, they might get excited about the potential of this rivalry between two young, exciting prospects.
100%. You know, everybody wants to see it. There's Jesus, like, I literally did not have a clue how big the fight was until I had family members I haven't heard from in years who live Dublin, who live in freaking Cork, who live everywhere, saying, "Are you the freaking mad Irish guy that's fighting that Dagestani boy?" And I'm like, "What?" And they're like, "Yeah, my friends were saying there's this kid and he's fucking from Belfast and he's fighting this Dagestani in 3 days. Are you him?" And I'm like, "Yes, how did you hear about it?" And they're like, "Oh, well, Jim and he was talking about it, and they're trying to friggin' sign up to the Brave online to get the fight sorted and all." And I'm like, "What? How are you even hearing about it?" And there's hundreds of freaking hate messages on Instagram for me, and there's freaking people threatening me everywhere. People threatening my girlfriend. People texting my girlfriend being like, your boy's getting smashed, friggin' you're dating a bum and all. I'm just like, this is crazy. I love it. I love craziness more than anything. Absolutely love it. So a rematch would just be perfect. I would get 8 weeks to talk to him, not 3 days. 8 weeks to talk to this guy. 8 weeks. Imagine 8 weeks of me and Mo.
The way you talk about it, and even the way you handle hate, it seems that you say you just thrive off it. It seems like you are ready for, if you are to put together wins and maybe go into that fight with a full build-up, fight week will be crazy, media attention will be crazy. It feels like, do you feel like you are ready to handle all of that pressure going into a fight?
100%. They got me at my worst, and I was loving it even then. Imagine if I was lean, in shape, mentally fucking, mentally shooting, like literally, like mentally, I was gassed mentally even going into the fight. I was like, this is exhausting. Like all this, I hadn't slept. Fucking hell, like I didn't eat food from on Wednesday. The fight was sort of getting booked. Didn't eat food from Wednesday till fucking after the weigh-ins on Friday, and didn't have any water. I literally water cut for 2 days, and it got me mentally. Imagine, like, I was in shape, super low weight, everything was perfect, camp just strong, feeling unreal, mentally fit. Everything was shooting. Imagine what I'd be able to do to him then. He wouldn't be able to freaking come in with his boys and bully me and all. And also another thing, and he doesn't understand this, the fucking Irish boys that I'd be bringing over, anywhere I fight him, Bahrain, Sweden, if it was over here, that would be perfect. Anywhere, I'd be bringing over a freaking army of Irish boys, and then he'll see who he's cornering in hotels and who he's doing all these things to, waiting on me every morning whenever you get up for breakfast, and he's sitting there in the hotel lobby and comes over to. He wouldn't do anything. None of them boys do anything. He would see really quickly what a fucking Irish army can do to them boys, like.
Yeah, I was going to ask you about that actually, because I think I saw one clip in the build-up to the fight. I think that was just after you arrived in the hotel it was at nighttime, I think, when you were getting over to Sweden. What was the confrontations like? How did that kind of start?
That one, I think he was just with Dean Garnett, and Dean's a sound lad. Like, I like Dean. That one, he was just with Dean, and fair play to him. With one person or 100 people, he's there to scrap. That's I like that. But Jesus Christ, when there's 100 of them, and it's me and my boy, like, Jesus, it's mentally draining. Like, I'm there to freaking cut weight. I'm there to do media. I'm there to do these interviews and friggin' exhausted and no sleep. And these boys are coming over. Literally all I could do. But it was also so much fun for me because I love that environment so much that I'm having fun with it. I'm fucking flexing my bicep, and I'm telling him I can't wait to smash him, and he's screaming at me, and then his boys are getting involved. But if I bring over 5, 6, 10 people, and we are all over in the hotel, what's he gonna do then? There's gonna be brawls. Like, if he starts it, there's gonna be brawls. I don't think he would start it. Honestly, there's no way they would fuck with the Irish. Like, it's not a little talking match then. The boys are actually going to hit you, and there's going to be a brawl. Like, we don't care getting kicked out of a hotel. Who gives a fuck? The fight isn't over either. Like, he knows it's not over. He still he actually texted me as well and said something like, next time you make weight and it'll be a better fight or something. Or he said he had an injury in his neck, and next time he'll finish me or something. So, I mean, that says it all. Like, if he wants the rematch, I want the rematch. Brave will want the rematch.
Yeah,
the media wants the rematch.
Yeah, I can't imagine there's many people that won't want to see that fight, and it sounds like the start of a great rivalry. So I have one more for you before I let you go, because I appreciate the time you've given us here. I just wanted to ask you, because you seem like you're raring to go again. You said that you'd like to be back there maybe in Bahrain in September or something like that. How do you see the rest of the year playing out for you? Ideally, you know, by the end of the year, going into 2021, how many fights would you have liked, and all wins?
It's August now. I want to fight either twice in September, for real. Give me 4 weeks. That's all I need. I literally don't care about this. I won't spar. I didn't spar before the Mo fight. I was smooth on the feet. I was smooth everywhere. Transitions, takedown defense. Sorry, I lost you for a second.
Yeah, you're back.
Give me 4 weeks. I'll fight at least once in September. I don't know how many shows they have in October. Hopefully they do a thing where they do like a 3 or something in a week. Nah, I'll fight at least once in September. I want to fight at least once in October or November then. And then the Mo rematch. I want the Mo rematch either before the end of the year or at the start of next year. If they give me like an 8 or a 12-week layoff, I want to warm up and then a Mo rematch within 4 to 6 weeks. So I want 2 fights quickly here within 6 to 8 weeks. I want to fight at the end of the year, whether that's the Mo rematch or that's just a warm-up for the Mo rematch in the new year, and then kick off 2021 by smashing Mo. That's perfect for me. I would fight literally every weekend, and I wouldn't have this because I'd be in shape and the boys wouldn't be. But you never know what can happen. Like it can get reopened or whatever. But man, they're gonna see some sort of fucking crazy new level here soon.
Hopefully,
you put this out 4 to 6 weeks from today. I want to fight.
Yeah, I think that hopefully the ideal case scenario for that rematch, because I'm sure from what you are saying and how motivated you are, I have no doubt that it's going to happen. There will be fans in attendance, and that's going to the atmosphere even more.
Oh yeah, there's going to need to be. Oh, do you know what did they're letting fans back in?
So I think it's different by regions, but they were saying that maybe in England they're trying to get fans back in October, September, but I'm not sure with what's happening right now. If that, I would imagine that by the end of the year, hopefully the start of next year, there will be fans in some capacity back.
It's different for different countries, yeah. So in Bahrain, I think it might be September, yeah. Maybe.
I mean, I'm not sure, but seeing how the Abu Dhabi stuff handled the UFC, I think they would be capable of bringing some fans back in if they really wanted to. So I'm assuming that maybe, yeah, by the time you get out to Bahrain, maybe you'll have some people watching you live.
Well, I'm not picky. Give me 2 to 3 fights, no fans. I don't give a fuck. Just fly some boy in or have some local boy come in to get smashed. 2 to 3 guys the next 2 months. Give me 2 to 3 guys. I like the money. Give me 2 to 3 guys the next 2 to 3 months. Mo will be like, fucking Jesus Christ. Mo will be sick of hearing my name because every single thing's gonna be Mo. Every single thing. He's gonna need to go rogue and delete Instagram and delete Twitter if he's gonna want to get rid of me, because I'm not going anywhere and everyone's gonna be sharing my shit. Brave's gonna be sharing my shit. So 2 to 3 guys I want, and then I'm gonna smash that guy. Like I'm gonna smash him. Like I felt him. Do you think I'd be saying this if I felt him and I went, whoa, if I was in shape, this guy would kill me? No way. Like I'm not raring to go for no reason here. I'm not heading up to the gym here for a double session here for no reason. If man, see if I didn't think I could beat Mo in the shape that I would want to be in, I'd go to university. I would do something else. I would make a ton of money somewhere else. You know what I mean? If there was someone out there that could beat me eternally, then fuck it. I'll just go do something else to make a ton of money. Nah, I want this fight. And if he beats me, I might just fucking pack in MMA, but that's virtually impossible for him to beat me if I have 8 weeks. I'm gonna need to fucking slip and blow an ACL out in the cage. Impossible.
Listen, mate, it was a pleasure having you on. I really enjoyed this chat, and it's great to see how motivated you are, and we're really looking forward to seeing you back in there. And,
yeah, already. Look at the fucking Jesus! I'm shredded already.
It's great to see you so motivated, and we're looking forward to seeing you back in there. And I'm sure that rematch is coming.
Oh yeah, you know it. And look how big I am. Jesus Christ, at 61, look how big I am. It's ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. Thank you very much, brother.
Great
Peace.
talking.